Hi guys, today we are going to solve these two inequalities, and while we are solving them, we are going to learn about the rules about solving them. Okay, so let's just start. Minus 6x minus 2 is greater than 5. Okay, now this greater than sign is almost like equal to the equal sign. Okay, so we are going to treat this as equation, but not every rules of equation will apply here. Okay, there is an exception which we are going to learn later. So let's treat this like an equation first. So minus 6x minus 2 is equal to 5. So we need to make x alone. So let's try to do that. So minus 6 minus 2 we can add 2 to both sides. 5 plus 2. And that will eliminate this 2. Thus it will isolate x further. So minus 6x is now greater than 5 plus 2, which is 7. Now comes the interesting part. We need to remove this minus 6. How can we do that? Well, one way of doing that is multiplying both sides by 1 over 6. So 1 over 6 times minus 6x is greater than 1 over 6 times 7. Well, now most of you are thinking that, well, instead of multiplying by 1 over 6, okay, instead of doing this, we can directly multiply it by negative 1 over 6. We can do that, can't we? And that will take care of that minus sign also, because minus times minus will become plus, and what will happen is that minus minus plus, and 1 over 6 times 6x will give us just x. Well, that's interesting and fascinating. We're going to do that. But here is the catch. Here is what makes the difference between inequalities and equations. Whenever you multiply both sides, okay, we are multiplying by negative 1 over 6. So 7 should also be multiplied by negative 1 over 6. And unlike 1 over 6, as we are multiplying by negative 1 over 6, this inequality sign will flip. It is greater than, now it will be less than. So if we use a positive number to multiply both sides, nothing happens to the inequality sign. But if we multiply both sides by a negative number, the inequality sign will change its orientation. That's the only difference between inequality and equations. Okay, let's continue with our solution. So minus 1 over 6 times negative 6x will give us x, the flipped inequality sign, and negative 1 over 6 times 7 will give us negative 7 over 6. So x is less than negative 7 over 6. Now we'll try to draw this on a number line. That is the solution, almost. So this is our number line. In the middle we have that 0. We are going to have negative 1, negative 2. We are not going to do that to avoid complications. Okay, so negative 7 over 6, obviously it will be on the left side. Let's say this point represents negative 7 over 6. Well, in that case this point will represent positive 7 over 6. That's actually all we need. We don't need those 1 2 3 4 or negative 1 2 3 4. These 2 points are enough. Now value of x must be less than negative 7 over 6. So this is our negative 7 over 6, but negative 7 over 6 itself is not included. Okay, x is not equal to negative 7 over 6. It is just less than negative 7 over 6. As x is not equal to negative 7 over 6, we are going to put an empty circle here. Okay, if instead of having this inequality sign, we also had an equal sign attached to it. For example, if we had this type of thing, if the situation was like this, x is less than and equal to negative 7 over 6, in that case we would have that same number line, we would have that same 0, we would have that same negative 7 over 6, positive 7 over 6. Okay, but as x is included, this circle will not be empty. It will be a filled circle. Understood? Because x is not just less than, but x is also equal to negative 7 over 6. We have to acknowledge that. But we don't have that situation here. X is just less than negative 7 over 6. So we are going to keep that circle empty. And any value that is less than 7 over 6. Well, which values are less than 7 over 6? Actually, negative 7 over 6. Is that on the right side? Is that on the left side? Obviously, we go left for lesser values, right? In the number line, on the left, we have lesser values. So, starting from negative 7 over 6, all the values that are negative 7 over 6 up to negative infinity, okay, we can go further. We can go further. All these values are actually valid for x. So, what will be our solution? So, our solution in this case is x belongs to the set, well, from negative infinity semicolon up to negative 7 over 6. Okay, the lesser value is on the left side, the higher value is on the other side. Obviously, negative infinity is way less than negative 7 over 6. Now, negative infinity, we never include it, so we are going to put this. And negative 7 over 6 is also not included. So, we will close the interval like this. So, x belongs to this interval from negative infinity up to negative 7 over 6. But negative 7 over 6 is not included. Okay, first brackets. Now, let's apply this same methodology for this inequality and see what happens. So, we have 4 minus 3x is greater than or equal to 7. Well, as usual, we'll try to remove the 4 first. So, 4 minus 3x, what should we do? Subtract 4 from both sides, just like solving equations. Okay. Now, 4 will cancel each other and we will be left with negative 3x, which is greater than or equal to, what is 7 minus 4? Well, it's 3. Now, we need to remove that negative 3. How can we do that? Well, it's quite obvious, isn't it? We are going to multiply both sides by negative 1 over 3 and greater than equal to negative 1 over 3 times that 3. I made a mistake, haven't I? We need to flip. So, this is incorrect. Why is this incorrect? Because whenever we multiply both sides by any negative number, the inequality sign will flip. Keep that in mind. So, if we multiply by positive number, nothing happens. The inequality sign keeps its original orientation. But we are multiplying by negative number. So, don't make that mistake. So, let's correct it. So, negative 1 over 3 times negative 3x from there and that flipping. So, greater than will now become what? Less than. And equal sign is just equal sign. And again negative 1 over 3 times 3. Now, negative 1 over 3 times negative 3x will give us what? It will give us positive x, which is less than or equal to negative 1 over 3 times 3 will give us what? Negative 1. So, x is less than or equal to negative 1. So, let's try to draw that on a number line. This is our number line. Okay, this is our number line. Now, this is our 0. Well, this is our 1. This is our negative 1. X is less than or equal to. Okay. So, negative 1 itself is included. X is indeed equal to it. So, we have to fill up this circle. Okay. We can't keep this circle empty. At anything less than negative 1. So, all the way up to negative infinity here. Okay. Anything less than all the values that are less than -1 is on the left. So what will be the solution? The solution will look like this. X belongs to the interval. We start with the smaller one, -infinity. We never include infinity, okay? First bracket and -1, but -1 is included. So we are not going to use the first bracket, we are going to use the third bracket. It means -1 is included, and that's our solution. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for our next lessons.